You were listening to Samuel Hofman on Radio Wasteland. Yeah, there's this great book, I think it's called Lucifer's Hammer, about a comet hitting the Earth. And one guy, when he knew it was coming, what he did is he put all his books in a bag and hid them in his septic tank. And years later, they were able to come back and dig that up and get all the knowledge from those books.
Right. People need to put away books. People need to gather this information, and don't expect to have it on a laptop.
Right.
Unless you've got some, and if we have a Carrington event, Carrington, not Harrington. If we have a Carrington event where electronics and stuff is wiped out by the sun, because some of the rumors is that we're going to have the shot across the bow and another electrical event that'll send us into the Stone Age and stuff prior, or an asteroid according to Edgar Casey, if we get an asteroid off the coast of South Carolina and the East Coast is wiped out, then we won't have power for the longest time, or never get it back, because those turbines are not made in the United States anymore, and they're in China. And if we get hit by some of because we're in an asteroid field from hell right now, where they're talking that they don't even know where it comes from, and yet this is the Uri group of asteroids, because Attu and Uri are gas giants, and they have a lot of moons, and they have lots and lots and lots of asteroids around them. And that's the OCG, what we refer to. And those are really close, and we're in the 180-day cycle, and we're seeing these massive electrical events all over the place, all over the United States, over Oklahoma, you name it. And they're all attributable because we can see the bottom, we can see the shapes are always matching. The purple lightning shows the repulsive force between bodies in space. People think that purple lightning is normal. We never had purple lightning prior to 10 years ago. And this is the bodies repelling each other, and the asteroids repelling each other, and they're electrically connected to the other group of planets, so they don't come off and hit us. But the smaller stuff is breaking off, and we're seeing a lot of it. So, we could see the burning asteroids just like in Revelations. We could see falling debris. We could see excruciating temperature variant where everything fries, no food. We're in trouble, and everything has been showing that it's getting worse and worse and worse every year. And I can't back away from that statement in any way. It's getting worse.
Well, you said something there that prompts a question, and there is no politically right answer to this question. So I'm definitely setting you up on the chopping block.
Okay.
There's sun coming, and the planet is heating up, and people need to prepare for this. Is part of anything that we should be doing environmental? Like, is there anything that we can do? Is trying to stop using fossil fuels, does that even matter? Should we even be trying that? Because do we even have control of that?
Well, if you boil it down to, fossil fuels on one hand is bad, but what we've done is even worse with plastic. Ever since 1972, 73, we started jamming in and coming up with these synthetic compounds, jamming ammonia into oil and all of this, and we come up with all these different plastics, and we've poisoned ourselves. It's all the way across the board. It's at the upper food chain. It's in our oceans. It's in our air. It's in our bodies and everything else. It's almost too late in a lot of the cases. But we are going to, we're going to get through this cycle just like we did the last 83 cycles in the last 300,000 years since management change. This too shall pass, but it depends your point of view. We're going to all have to originally change our own lives to try and protect ourselves and our family, and maybe get with like-minded people. And we're all going to go through the grinder and relearn how to do things that used to be quite easy, and now they're going to end up being quite hard. So that's going to be an emotional, political, and metaphysic grind on everybody's soul.
So well, I guess what I'm trying to say is I personally recycle religiously. Am I wasting my time?
No, because doing things right is the best way to do anything, because there's never an excuse to do it the wrong way. And this is what's allowed us to start dropping the Band-Aid on the ground, or, oh, geez, it's only one styrofoam cup, or, oh, I'm sorry about that McDonald's stuff that just blew out of the back of my truck. Our behavior is important, and it boils down to how we treat each other, how we treat a dog, how we treat our environment. We should all treat them like we treat ourselves. And if we stick to the rules, then I think it's important to do the right thing, period.
It's funny that you put it that way. I'm quite liberal, but I have a lot of friends who are conservative. I'm apparently part of that group of people who is capable of being friends with conservatives and liberals as are my friends.
I'm a right-wing leftist myself. I find conservative notions inside myself, and yet liberal on the other side of it. Especially now that I'm getting geriatric. Anyway,
well, that's always been my argument. Is like, okay, well, even if we're not, conservatives tend to be all, take care of your own stuff, leave other people alone, so on and so forth. And my argument has always been, okay, well, even if global warming isn't happening, why is it still okay to huck your trash in your neighbor's yard? So it's interesting connected. How you put it. I think that makes sense.
We're all connected, and even, if I take $1 out of my left pocket and put it on the table, it's no longer in my thing. But if I take the $1 and put it in my right pocket, well, then I've still got it. And that you sort of pay yourself to be good. And in the long run, if you're throwing away stuff that you shouldn't, it's going to affect something somewhere.
Right.
And we can't do things wrong. We should always try to be as right and as self-reliant and self-righteous as well, I think, where we should always try to do the proper thing.
Yeah, I wish that was the attitude that could get us all on the same page, where we're just going to do it right regardless of the reason.
If there's a village downstream, you don't go to the bathroom in the water, that kind of thing. You dig your hole and you hope to God that your leaching system is going to be filtering it before you hand cholera down to the village down below. Right. I mean, you don't let your cows poop in the water and all of that if you can help it. And if we throw something down on the ground, then our kids are going to see that, and what we do to Earth and we do to ourselves. And do we want to do that? No, I don't think so. The crying Indian. I think they need to drag that commercial back.
Yeah, well, they can't, because it turns out that Indian was actually an Italian American.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's one of the.
Of course, he was Italian. That's all they ever used.
Yeah,
spaghetti Western.
Those were the times. Yeah, well, wasn't there Jack Palance playing Genghis Khan in some old movie?
Yeah, it's amazing how many Westerns were filmed in Spain.
Oh, yeah. The best Westerns. The best Westerns are spaghetti Westerns, without a doubt.
Right.
All right, so we're at the end here. I want to make sure that people know how to get in touch with you. You definitely the Facebook group Montana Skywatchers 2, right?
Yep.
And then your YouTube channel has seen some more activity.
We're running upward of 6,000 member requests right now, and I need to get busy and allow some people in. But, we're busy.
And the YouTube channel?
I have not been able to post. They have blocked me on YouTube again. I cannot get in there, so I'm relying on others to post most of this stuff. This is why, of course, I was referring to Rebecca and Nibiru Followers Anonymous. And I got to give a shout-out to the Italian Skywatchers. They're out there. We went really busy in Italy and Spain, and we're doing great. And I just hope everybody gets on board with this and starts looking at the information, because we're not guessing. I mean, this has been going for so long that we're absolutely accurate now. And so I imagine there's a certain amount we're inaccurate about, and that's stuff that we haven't discovered yet, and you are yet to do so.
Well, you don't know what you don't know.
And member submissions make all the difference.
All right. We will be sure to have a link up on radiowasteland.us where you can get to these groups, and it's been a lot of fun. Thank you very much for being on the show, Samuel.
Well, I'm very happy that you guys keep wanting to do more, and I absolutely appreciate this. And we can shout out to Petty, and don't forget Planet X Hunter. He's over there and doing a great job, and hope we do a tawdry little plug for him so that he can smile. He's had a rough time lately. They started chewing on him, so. And the trolls are out after us, and so you guys just forget the trolls, and we'll be cool, man.
All right. Well, thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you.